complaining a little bit that the storms are maybe a little bit too excessive. And so they're going to be working on the storms, and that's something that's great. They're already. All right, welcome back to another episode of Astroneer with your host Midnight. We're playing patch 196, and last we left off, we were on the Tundra planet. Put a like if you like the series. Leave comments in the comment section below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We kind of built our base off of the spaceship, and that was the last time that we could do that off of the spaceship. I wound up finding a research and getting the habitat just shortly after landing on this planet. So I do have a habitat now. The question is can I hook the habitat up to an existing base? And I don't think that I can. I don't think that that is an option for me. So let's see. I don't have much resources, but we do have the trade platform. And I think what I want to do is maybe make a rover and have that be my storage. I'll just pull two. I think that I could, you know, this terrain is relatively flat, that I can move around at a decent amount. I mean, I've got some resin here that I could still mine up. I did find some compound. Let's see here. There's a lot of different resources that I could use as trade materials as well. So we're not too worried about, you know, getting... Oh! Could have loaded in a little bit better. We're not too worried about getting the resources that we need. We've got the trade platform. We've got all these little areas in which we can mine stuff. We've got these little things can provide research for us. So we're just going to go ahead and mess around. I mean, you know, this is the standard grind, because this is what the game is right now. There's not much more content to the game than what we've currently all explored, for those of us who've been in Astroneer. Oh, I listened to the blog that they put out the other day, and I don't know how many people wound up paying attention to what they had to say or watched it, but I thought it was kind of interesting. They were talking about the storms, and so we've all kind of complaining a little bit that the storms are maybe a little bit too excessive, and so they're going to be working on the storms, and that's something that's great. They're already trying to refactor in the storm code, and they alluded to the fact that possibly, and I don't know whether they're going to try to do it right away, but they alluded to the fact that Terran, the storms are going to be a little bit lighter, but that on other planets, the storms could be a little bit more extreme. So we're going to see some variation on the storm systems and how the storms work. I don't know why that's lit up like that. That's pretty wild. So that's kind of neat. That's kind of what I would expect. You know, you get on arid or you get on radiated, and you know, you kind of want more of an extreme storm scenario. And you know, maybe it's a little bit lighter on some of these other planets, but you know, heck, when you get on the more dangerous planets, let's see some more dangerous storms. So, you know, I'm torn between how the storm should be, what you should really be experiencing with the storms. And I like the fact that it's more challenging. There is more fear to a storm. You have to worry about protecting your vehicle. You have to worry about protecting your base. That's another thing that they talked about, was possibly degrading your base based off of the intensity of the storm, which I was just like, wow, that would be really cool, is if you could have some superstorm come in and really mess up your base, whereas, you know, the vast majority of storms are not that intense. Of course, you know, the problem with it happening underground, I think is an extreme problem that needs to be resolved. And it, you know, it wouldn't put past me that that's something that they're going to be focusing on and getting fixed. I think that that's something that probably is absolutely going to get resolved. I can't see that how they would leave that intact, because it doesn't, you know, scientifically it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You're underground, you're not really going to have any kind of storm affecting you at all. And I don't remember that they talked about the underground aspect at all. I do remember that they distinctly said that they are going to fix some of the storm intensity, mainly because what people were experiencing is probably not what they were anticipating to have happen, which is, you know, it's quite all right by me. You have to understand this is in pre-alpha. It's not even considered a beta stage yet. If you purchase the game, you really have to understand and accept the fact that they're working on it. This is an actively it's a game that's being actively worked on. And so, I mean, if you can't accept that fact, I probably would suggest holding off buying it until it's in more of a stable state. And who knows what that's going to be. That might take a couple of years for them to get to that point. And that's kind of what I expect. You know, a lot of early access games that you get anyways, they're not close to being game ready. They still have a lot of work to go, and this is no different. Granted, the change of this one, to me, what's more impressive about the way in which System Error decided to release their game. Their game is good. It's good for a pre-alpha or an early access. It's better than what's out there. Some of the early access games that just get released initially really don't have any kind of really usable content. I mean, very light on content. What they're looking for is they're looking for funding. And I get it. Instead of doing some sort of crowdfunding, you know, they decided to release their game early and hopefully get enough attention or interest in the game so that it can be funded the rest of the way. And I think that that's probably accurate to say with any of the early access games that come out. That's exactly what they're looking for. Is they kind of, you know, bootstrapped it up into a point. They only could afford to invest so much, and then they're looking for other people to invest into it. I mean, look at 7 Days to Die. That's another great example of a bootstrap game. I mean, 200 and something million copies sold. I think that's what they say on their website, and it's still not done, right? They're in Alpha 16, so it's still got work to go. So, you know, again, you just have to. This is what you get when you buy an early access game, and so I'm okay with the fact of some of the changes that they have happened. I was actually, I'm just happy to get new content. You know, I enjoy this game so much that the fact that getting new content is just like, all right, you know, ready for more. Can't get enough of it. Ready for more. And so, anyways, right now I'm just trying to get some resources up. I'm trying to harvest some things. I'll probably go down into a cave. I want to spend some time also. Don't I have a battery here? I do. Okay, it's charging. I want to spend some time getting some more research on this planet. There's a couple items I haven't found yet, so it'd be nice to get those. I mean, I'm not totally done with the research that I'm getting. And what I'm doing here is, you know, there's kind of it's kind of glitchy. It's not really glitchy. I don't know what they expect to do with it, but if you have the inhibitor mod on, you don't really need to drill. Now, that's probably not what the intent was. The intent probably wasn't to give you a easy way to be able to mine this stuff, because it really eliminates the fact of needing the drill head and the crane and all that stuff. What you could do with the inhibitor mod is you could just go on the top and underneath and pick up all the resources if you have the inhibitor mod on for these extreme or exotic or rare resources, instead of having to drill through it, which is, like I said, it's kind of cheaty right now, but okay, it is what it is. I'm going to use the cheat for now. It actually saves me time, so why not? I'm gonna use it. Let's see. Well, you know, while we're here, why don't we just... There's a little patch of rocks right here. Well, let's see what we can find for research in this area. See if we can get any. I think a storm is coming in. Kind of feels that way. I didn't get any research, really? Eek. Egast. Yeah, there's a storm coming in. I gotta get in my vehicle before it flies away. Okay. And that's another thing I don't understand. Sometimes the vehicle stays still in a storm. Other times it moves. So I'm not too sure what the intent there was. I mean, here it seems like the storm is much lighter. I can drive around, so I'm not getting pushed too much. I mean, I am getting pushed, but it's not to the point where it's like on Terran, where I'm really getting pushed around. Well, here I had a dead zone right there, but I think the storm is kind of dying down. Maybe not. There was, I don't know if you just saw that, but there was a huge dump of particles right there. It was kind of like waiting, and then I wanted to move my vehicle up, they all fell down. It's pretty wild. Let me get a little coffee here. I need to lubricate the voice box. Oh, better. Better. Alright, let's pop out. See if we can't see anything. Now we still have a little bit of storm going on. It's not as extreme, but there's a little bit of storm there. I didn't get one piece of research out of this. That's pretty surprising that I didn't get anything. Let's come over here. See if I can't get anything out of this rock. This little rock area. Negative. Nope. That's another thing. Tundra has a good organic if you wanted to really run your base off of organic power. You can definitely do that. I think the last base that I was on Tundra was running off of organic. I wound up having how many organic generators? Two of them, and two of them worked really well. Let's see, did I get this one already? I did. So 1 out of, what, 5? Not the best ratio. I'm gonna leave that there, all that organic. I don't really need it. Let's try this one. This is a pretty huge little area. Maybe we'll get a couple research out of here. Got one already. Like to see a little better ratio than 1 to 5, but oh, the tall ones too. There's another one. The tall ones also have research. I keep forgetting that the really tall rocks have research. Maybe we'll stick that on the front for now. Not the spiny looking ones like the porcupine ones, but the really tall ones. See, nothing there. Nothing there, right? I thought that there was a... For a minute, I thought that there was a... one of those little silver cubes, but... nothing in this one? Nope. I think I got those two. Let's look at this one. No, nothing in that one either. Come on, get up. Get out of here. Can't move these before. Before you jump on the side of it, I kind of kick it. That one, that worked. The other ones did not work. All right, well, I got two. Again, not the best ratio for research. Let's see if I can't find something else. Like I said, I have a cave system that's pretty close. Where's my base? I just want to make sure I don't lose it. They got a cave system pretty close. So we can get down into the cave really fast. Oh, another thing, a compound. Wow. You typically don't find compound on the surface on Tundra. At least in the past, I have not. So if that's something new, that's kind of great because Otherwise, it's pretty tricky to find. Let's put a beacon here. Oh, I didn't have a beacon. Oh, that was the compound that I wanted. Yeah, get rid of you, organic. Alright, put this beacon down. Just drop this organic on the ground. Alright, we got a little compound right here. Let's put the beacon where the compound is. Maybe grab a piece of compound or two. Alright, good. I just wanted one. Just in case I come across another compound. Put down a beacon. The glitchy camera when you jump in and out, or when you're turning, I would kind of hope they would fix that. It's kind of weird. They also talked about in the vlog that they were about ready to introduce the new controller changes. So hopefully people like that. You know, that's a challenge, is when you're... It's like anything. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Whether it is... I kind of like this. This is... Let's run down in here really fast. I don't see a lot of spikies, but then again... It hasn't... There we go. I was about to say. Didn't quite load all the way. Whenever you make changes to anything, it doesn't matter. You know, it's... How do you appease everybody? And you really can't appease everybody. It's so difficult. You do something... 5 people will like it. 5 people will hate it. And so it's... I mean, I feel for the developers. I really do. I can't even imagine, because it's their baby, right? You know, it's like, oh, I spent so much time and energy, I invested so much into this, and all I'm getting is dogged anytime I do anything. So I really feel for those guys. They're like investing so much time, and anytime they make a change, people are like, no. They also talked about, since they're getting close to finishing the controller, I forgot her name, shoot. I'm so horrible with names. The person who's working on the controller, I want to say Samantha, but maybe that's wrong. She's going to be working on Research 2.0. So as soon as she's done, releases the controller, the stuff for the controller, we're going to be able to get our first... Or at least she's going to start working on some of the Research 2.0 type stuff, which I thought was, yeah, that's fantastic. I'd love to start seeing what Research 2.0 is talking about, because when Adam was on, he was talking about that everything was going to be researchable, all the way down to like rocks, which I would think that, you know, that's more decoration related stuff. But I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's kind of where I was thinking, you know, it's like there should be a huge research tree. I should be able to research a ton of stuff. And it should almost be like never-ending research, just a ton of crafting. Because this game is really a crafting game. It really is. You're building everything that you're having to do, you have to build it. So to see more crafting would be awesome. I appreciate the copper, but you know what? Aluminum would be better right now. Like 2 of them would have been nice. I could build another wind turbine. I had to take mine off the vehicle, right? Yep, I did. We're gonna have to get down to a cave. How much compound do I have? I don't have an enormous amount of compound on me. I can go back and harvest. Oh, here it is. Let's keep a couple for some tethers. There we go. Let's go ahead and make a thing of tethers. We'll start working our way down into the cave. We got a storm coming. I don't know if I'm going to lose my vehicle in this storm or not. Let's see. Okay, that's good. That's a nice trade. Go, jumpy jump. See, my vehicle's staying still. If I get into it, though... Oh, well, a little bit of an effect. Alright, let's come over here. Let's just kind of chill. There's a cave off this direction. I think what I want to do is I want to get into that cave. I need to take the wind turbine with me. And we need to get some aluminum. That's my main thought. As soon as the storm dies down. Which it shouldn't be too long. Come on, Stormy. Stormy. If the particles can stop, that'd be great. I can get this wind turbine out of here. I'd like to be able to run some tethers down there. Okay, it's starting to change. There we go. And the wind turbine turned back on. That's perfect. Alright, let's tethers are flipped. Let's get some tethers built. And we'll come towards this cave over here. It's these big giant ones that have research underneath them, believe it or not. I was shocked. I was shocked initially when somebody told me research was underneath rocks. I never knew research was under rocks. I was like, get out of here. You guys are tripping. Sure enough, taught me a thing or something. It was awesome. Wasn't this the cave? No, this was not the cave. Where was the cave at? Dagnabbit. Was it over here? Oh, it was right here. Nah, don't fail. Fail. Let's go back and pick those up. What a dork. Alright, let's grab these guys. Okay, it was off this direction, right? So let's just fix this. Come down from here. I'd rather be not connected to my vehicle. Let's come down this way. Yep, it's right here. How did I miss that? How dorky is that? It's like ultra lame-o dorky. I'm gonna have to go through a ton of spikers. That's just the way that it is on Tundra. Tundra, spikers. We don't have the inhibitor on yet. We'll turn the inhibitor on as soon as I get through these layers of spikes. And we'll re-smooth out this thing. I mean, maybe I don't have to. Maybe if I can just kind of... Ugh. Well, take that back. I might have to do some smoothing. As long as wind power is up there, I mean, that's great. Keep the wind going. Okay. I think that was the last tether. Let's make some more. And I doubt they're going to do anything with the WORKLIGHT. I would like to see the WORKLIGHT attached to the side of the wall. Right next to a tether. Since the tethers have power. You know, Adam was talking about batteries. You know, I'm sorry. You know, my thought process on that is you've got a power system. You have the tethers, which is supposed to be a power and oxygen system, and yet they're expecting you to attach batteries to stuff. Which I'd prefer to just, you know, worry about having power coming from my base. I mean, my base is my primary area. So why don't I just worry about my base having power and making sure that I have my base has enough draw to be able to support lights and everything else. I mean, I'd like to just see that the things that have power have some sort of, you know, voltage or you know, power requirement associated to it, so that look, you're consuming X number of you know, power from your base, and your base is what's storing all your power, at least has your power, instead of worrying about this. I mean, what if you did do a battery? How would that work? So the battery's slowly going to drain. You've got to come and replace the batteries every once in a while? Don't know quite how I feel about that. So I'm constantly having to run around and replace batteries. That, to me, sounds like a usability problem. That'd be a lot of work to try to get rid of all those. Got a lot of research down here, that's for sure. They did nerf the amount of light that comes out of the tethers, though. Absolutely did. Is that coal over there? Totally looks like coal. And we've got a down... Let's just go take a quick run over here. That is coal. Totally. Nice. We got some nice coal right there. We got something over there. Downed. Pooping out power now. These seeds, I don't know what these seeds are for. I don't know why anybody would want to plant that plant. That's not a plant you would want to have in your garden. Spiker plant. Oh yeah, I just grew some spikers. No, let's back away from this guy just a little bit. There we go. All right, this is pretty drivable. I think it's pretty drivable. Could be better. It's a little bumpy. I think right around in here. Oh wow, that drops into a nice hole right there. Let's fill that back in, shall we? Yeah, they have to fix the terrain tool too. That's huge. You need to fix the terrain tool. Alright, I think we can work our way down there. There's another little thing over here. It's a little bit challenging to get up and over, but we got some gassers. Yeah, this is a lot of research here. So I'm hoping with all this research. Oops, get away from me. That we'll be able to find our missing pieces. Alright, well hey, I appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you so much. Put a like if you like the series, leave comments in the comments section below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Please remember to hit that like button if you liked the video, and subscribe to our channel so you can stay on top of all of our latest video releases. I release content almost every day. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.